morning and welcome if you are watching or if you see this later. Okay, hopefully you can hear me. My name is Lauren and some people call me Coach LB, and I work at Rock Life CrossFit as a CrossFit coach and as a nutrition coach. I also am with V.I.tality Nutrition. So today I'm just going to talk about our 5-week nutrition challenge that is coming up starting this Wednesday. If you are a member here, you should have already gotten an email about it, but I just wanted to kind of also provide some audio description about it and a little bit more of a breakdown. So if you're curious about signing up or you've already signed up and thank you Rachel, and you're just not quite sure what it's about, today is the day that we're breaking it down more. Alright, so let's talk about it a little bit. Throughout the challenge, as far as how we're going to be communicating, I'm going to be sending emails. I have a private Facebook group that's set up just for the challengers to kind of help each other out and contact me. And then as soon as I have everybody that's in the challenge, we're going to start a WhatsApp group. So hopefully one or more of those communication methods works for you. If none of that works for you, of course I'm at the gym every morning and then throughout the afternoon sometimes every weekend, so you can always pull me aside and talk to me, ask me questions there. Alright, so I'm going to be leading and guiding this whole challenge, but I really want my challengers and everybody in the group to boost each other up, support each other, spread ideas. Everything's just better with support from your community, so I encourage you to talk to your other challengers and help them out. Alright. The cost of the challenge, if you didn't know, is $99, and that gets you 5 weeks of guidance, healthy habits, all this good stuff to lead a better lifestyle and meet your goals. But the best part of it is we are giving away $200 to the winner of the challenge at the end of the 5 weeks, $100 to get your money back to second place, and then $50 to third place. So cash prizes are always a good incentive. Alright. Now, let's go over what the actual challenge entails. So for the entire 5 weeks, from start to finish, we're going to be having kind of our anchor focus points. The first thing is going to be movement. So active, inside of the gym, outside of the gym, doing things to just move your body. But also we want to focus on recovery. So recovering from this intense stuff you do at the gym, getting your stretching in, getting your mobilization in, all that good stuff. That's a big focus here. Self-care. So for your mental health, your mind, you want to, get those massages if you can. Go to the chiropractor. Even things just like reading, journaling, whatever self-care means for you, we want to make sure we incorporate that throughout this 5 weeks. All right. And then the last thing that's going to be kind of the main focus the entire time is supporting your local community. And if you're watching or you decide to join and you're not in the Virgin Islands, this is open to the public. Just supporting the community around you. So also sustainability. Using your local farmers market, supporting local businesses, being mindful of packaging. That's just the tip of the iceberg. We'll be going over a lot more ways that you can be sustainable and support the people around you. Alright, but these are the main takeaways of all 5 weeks, what we're focusing on. Alright, much more information and breakdown to come if you're actually doing the challenge. Look for an email from me later today. But that's just a good baseline of what's happening. Alright, and then so that you're not overwhelmed with all of these habits that I'm going to teach you right off the bat, we also are going to have weekly specific habits that we focus on. Alright, we just kind of build from there. So this week, we're starting with having protein at breakfast. So if you didn't know, everything you eat is made of macronutrients. Macronutrients are protein, fat, and carbohydrates. So protein is the one we're going to focus on now. For breakfast, typically the standard diet is going to be very carbohydrate-based, maybe even fat-based. But the protein is what we want to focus on. It's going to keep us fuller for longer and avoid that energy crash we might feel mid-morning or early afternoon. It's going to help with muscle recovery and building the muscle, hormone regulation, so much more. That's just a little bit into the science of what protein does. Just know that it's important. Okay? A few ways that you can incorporate it would be eggs and egg whites, if you're plant-based, beans and lentils are a great option. Of course, meat, seafood, Greek yogurt, nuts, plenty more, but this is a good starting point. Basically, what we're going to focus on is switching from a sweet breakfast to a savory breakfast. All right, rethink your breakfast. It doesn't have to be pastries every day, at least. It could be dinner leftovers from the night before. It's just another meal. It's just early in the day. Okay. If you're somebody that doesn't eat breakfast, then I encourage you to perhaps try it for these few weeks and see how you feel. You might feel better not skipping breakfast and actually being properly fueled. Particularly if you work out in the morning, you should be refueling your body afterwards. All right. So more information to come on this today, but just so you know, this is our first week. We're having protein at breakfast. All right. A little teaser as to the upcoming weeks. We'll have a week where we focus on vegetables. We'll have a week of hydration focus, meal prep, and then healthier sweets. So still getting those sweets and desserts in, but just a healthier version. All right. So all of these habits, how are you going to keep track of them? That's really going to be up to you to decide, but I do want to be able to see some kind of evidence that you're actually participating. I do trust people, and the honor system is great, but I really would like to actually see that you are doing these things. So we all have awesome smartphones, taking pictures on your smartphone, keeping a little journal. If you are somebody that likes to write things down, a journal is awesome. Maybe you really like your phone, you have a notes app or something. Whatever way you want to keep track is fine with me. As long as you can show me during the challenge, after the challenge, that you're doing these things, great. A lot of it will probably reflect on how you look and feel, but it's also just nice to have this solid, concrete data. Okay? Also, there's going to be a lovely little bingo card with a bunch of tasks on it. Let's say, like, had a protein breakfast, went for a walk in the afternoon, things like that, just as an example. And as you complete them, you can kind of check it off. And at the end, you know, whoever's got some bingos going on will give some small prizes too as well. So that's another way to kind of have fun and get that good feedback of I'm doing these challenges and it's working. All right. Okay. So some other measurements that we're going to use other than the bingo card to keep track of things. Woo. All right. Probably can't see this, but my audience here can. So, before and after the challenge, we're going to take actual measurements of you, your weight, your body fat, and your muscle, as well as circumference for the tape measure. This is absolutely not required, but I do recommend it just to have as a data point before you do all these healthy things and then after. So, it is highly recommended. It's going to take about 5 minutes. I do have a sign-up sheet at the front of the gym as soon as you walk in, but just make sure you sign up ahead of time. Confirm with me directly because I'm going to be the one doing these measurements, and ideally it is not after a workout, but if that's all that works out for you, that's okay. All right, at least we have something. All right, so we'll do that anytime this week. Just confirm the time with me, make sure I'm here, and then sometime at the end of the challenge as well. All right, so make sure we get our measurements done. Unless you are just totally against it, that's fine with me. And the other thing we're going to make sure we do is our baseline workout. So we're going to use this to kind of measure our progress in the gym, because especially if you go to Rock Life CrossFit, I'm assuming your performance in the gym matters to you, okay? So we've got a basic baseline workout, and as you perform it, which is going to be on your own time, before or after your CrossFit or your boot camp or your HIIT workout, maybe at the opposite time of the day, on your normal recovery day, you're just going to come in here, maybe grab somebody else to do it with you, and you're going to knock it out and note your time. So it's going to be 500-meter row, 40 air squats, 30 sit-ups, 20 push-ups, 10 pull-ups. Body weight, pretty simple. We can modify the push-ups to the knees. We can elevate you to a higher target and hit your chest. And then the pull-ups, we can do ring rows, we can do jumping pull-ups, or bent over rows if needed. All good modifications. Make sure you write down exactly how you modify it. That's going to be very important when we revisit this in the last week. Perhaps you just do the same modifications, but note your time. Or perhaps suddenly you can progress to a little bit more of a challenging version of the movement. So all are good improvements, even if it takes you longer at that harder level, all right? I recommend recording the workout if possible on your phone, just having that, just helpful to watch yourself, see how you're moving, and then maybe if you're not paying attention to the time, at least you can use your video to note the time. All right, so we're gonna want to make sure we get that baseline workout in sometime this week, and that's on you. So I'm not gonna be guiding that. The standards are here. If you have questions about it, please let me know. But this is gonna be on your own time, sometime this week, okay? All right. So yeah, at the end, we're gonna take into consideration those measurements, your participation in all of these habits and actions we're taking, your presence in the gym, your mindset, your attitude. We're going to look at all of that, not just what the scale says. In fact, the scale I could care less about what the scale says, okay, honestly. But we'll look at all of that, and then my coaching team here at Rock Life, we're going to pick the top 3 winners all together based upon all that stuff, all right? So there's no points, nothing like that to keep track of. I just really want you to be able to focus on the actions that you are participating in, all right? And again, the top 3 winners win cash money, so can't beat it, can't beat it. Awesome. It's holidays, we all need money for presents or experiences if you're not a gift giver. And I just want to end this and try to keep this video pretty short. I want to end this with a note, a good summary of the difference between this challenge and a lot of the challenges you might see on the internet, like a 21-day detox, a 30-day restrictive diet, something like that. I'll use an example of, let's say you work in an office and somebody brings in a plate of homemade fresh baked cookies, okay? Which is probably gonna happen a lot during this time as the holidays are approaching. So, with many, not all, of those other challenges that are very restrictive, you look at that plate and you're like, man, that looks good, but I can't have any because it says no sugar. It says absolutely nothing is allowed that resembles a sweet thing in my diet. But gosh, I'm so hungry. And then you just keep thinking about it, can't have it, you can't have it. And all of a sudden you're so hungry because you are on this restricted diet, super low calorie, it's telling you no, no, no. Before you know it, like 6 of those cookies are housed in your belly, you blacked out, you don't even know what happened, okay? Whereas on this challenge here, I want you to just have one of those cookies, okay? Enjoy it, savor it, because it's really special. Somebody went out of their way to make it. That's awesome. Enjoy it, note how it kind of makes you feel, and then just move on, okay? Go back to those healthier foods that you know fuel you and make you feel well, and get back to it, okay? That is a good summary of what this challenge is. We're looking at sustainability, not taking everything away from you so that when Thanksgiving and Christmas and Hanukkah and everything comes around, you just go hard on that stuff that you all of a sudden weren't allowed to have for weeks and weeks, okay? We're still gonna sprinkle in those enjoyable things, but we're mainly focusing on things that boost our performance and boost our health, okay? That's the goal here. So, I think that's all I have today. Just wanted to provide a nice little breakdown. Hopefully you're still with me. I don't want to talk too long, lose your attention. If you have questions that I didn't go over, we've got our Instagram handles here. You can message me on Instagram, V.I.tality nutrition, or Rock Life CrossFit. If you're watching, you already know that one. You can also email me, V.I.tality nutrition coaching @gmail.com. If you're a member of the gym, pull me aside. I'm always available for questions. Maybe don't pull me aside mid-workout, but other than that, I'm happy to help. And I hope that you will sign up. If you've been questioning it, might as well sign up. We do have spots available. I believe we've met the minimum 10, so it's definitely going to happen. But the more the merrier. You have until the end of the week to sign up. The challenge does start Wednesday, but it's okay to hop on board a little bit late. All right, but that $99 commitment gets you in, gets you started, gets you emailed all this information to start. And we have a link that we posted, I think a few posts back on Instagram. You could go to our website, Google Rock Life CrossFit and go to events. There's a link to sign up. If you're having trouble signing up, I've kind of heard that feedback. It's not the most user-friendly website. Please just send us a message, call us, text us, and let us know you want to sign up, and we'll get you signed up, okay? Don't let that be stopping you from signing up. We'll get you signed up if needed, all right? And again, it's open to the public, friends, family, all that good stuff. The more the merrier. That's all I have today. Have a great Monday. Have a great rest of your week, and thanks for tuning in. Bye. Thank you.
That was great, thanks.
Thank you.